Hi, everybody. This is Monica Paolini from Senza Fili, and today I'm with Yves Schuler, the principal engineer and director of emerging IoT networks at Intel. Yves, thanks for being with us today.
And thank you very much for having me.
So, Yves and I just finished 1 hour Sparring Partners where we talked about uh, the role of new wireless technologies, 5G, Wi-Fi, and all the rest of them, in helping utilities to become more efficient, to move beyond legacy, but also, more importantly, to use more sustainable and energy sources, renewable sources, and to have a different business model. So you can watch the whole 1 hour video, but for those of you that want to get the sort of like the high level, I would like to ask you, what were your main messages? What is that we went through? It was an hour. It was a long, interesting discussion. We went through a lot of things. What were the most important things?
Okay, so some takeaways from my perspective were we have this very interesting set of disruptive trends happening, in part due to IoT, in part due to this cloud edge continuum that is emerging, to the networks, these next generation networks, 5G and Wi-Fi, and other private wireless networks, as well as the flow of lots of data and AI that enables us to understand how our infrastructures are behaving. So I think that what that first message would be, there are these very disruptive trends happening. And as a result, we have this opportunity as we roll out new technologies, and particularly edge computing and microgrids, to think about the message around sustainability. How do we make all of this infrastructure green and carbon neutral? And finally, that comes at, it's not entirely an easy rollout, because there's a lot of, on the one hand, regulatory issues, like there's going to be a demand and a requirement that we meet certain needs for how carbon neutral our infrastructures are, or going to have to meet requirements to reduce our carbon footprint. So that's sort of like in the renewables domain. But similarly, as a consequence of the utilities being regulated, some of these business models run up against, how the utilities are regulated, and so whether that tussle will be resolved in favor of new business models for the utilities. So that's where some of the discussion went. So be on the lookout for that.
It was a very interesting discussion. So you can, I should say, you can watch it, you can listen to it, and you can also read it. So and I hope we do. And again, Eve, thanks for doing this with us.
Thank you for the debate.